Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to note that UNICEF will be launching a new report on female genital mutilation, drawing on data from surveys undertaken over a period of 20 years and covering all countries in Africa where FGM is concentrated. We see from the report that an estimated 125 million girls and women alive today have been affected by this harmful practice. We also see that the new evidence leads to important insights for programs and policies. The African Union is committed to ending harmful social and cultural practices affecting children, women, and entire communities on the continent. It has put in place a number of measures, namely the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, particularly its protocol on the rights of women in Africa, the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, and adopted the Continental Framework for Action on Combating Harmful Traditional Practices in 2012. In 2011, the African Union Assembly decision in support of a UN resolution on FGM played an important role in bringing about the unanimous adoption of the United Nations General Assembly resolution intensifying global efforts for the elimination of female genital mutilation in December 2012. This year, the African Union Commission, the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, and partners across Africa, including UNICEF and the Inter-African Committee on Traditional Practices, commemorated the Day of the African Child under the theme, Eliminating Harmful Social and Cultural Practices Affecting Children, Our Collective Responsibility. This has galvanized additional action towards elimination of harmful practices in Africa. Member states of the African Union have accumulated significant experience in addressing harmful social and cultural practices with collaboration from the African Union Commission, the UN agencies, and other partners, in particular through the UNFPA UNICEF Joint Program on Accelerating Abandonment to FGM. We are encouraged that the UNICEF report shows progress and that it confirms our understanding that FGM needs to be addressed by an approach that takes social dynamics into account. The findings of the report will help to further strengthen evidence-based harmonized action, not only in individual countries, but across borders. We recognize that there is urgent need to further mobilize governments, civil society organizations, traditional and religious leaders, and communities to enlarge the movement to eliminate harmful social and cultural practices. We support the recent collaboration strategy between the AU Commission, the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, the African Committee on Harmful Practices, as well as collaboration between the African Union Commission, GIZ, UNICEF, Save the Children, Plan International, among others, towards elimination of all harmful social and cultural practices. A lot has been done, but a lot more remains to be done. We are committed to strengthening our partnership with UNICEF and other organizations in encouraging positive social change. We are keen to ensure that policies and programs reconfirm the positive aspects of our cultures and traditions that respect and protect rights and dignity. In doing so, we must also help to question and eliminate social rules that perpetuate practices such as FGM and child marriage that infringe upon the rights of children and women and impact negatively on the development of our societies. Together, we can make sure that the estimated 30 million girls alive today that are at risk for being subjected to FGM, most will be spared from the procedure. Thank you.